Welcome back to the HANS how-to series. What we're going to do on this one is create a LED dimmable light strip. So what I've got is one of the RJ12 cables that we made earlier, as well as I stripped it back because this is going to be running off of the H bridge directly. What I've got is the H bridge A channel and then the H bridge B channel, with the A channel being orange and the B channel being green. So what the H bridge is going to do is it's going to slowly flicker the B channel and with highs and lows, and then the A channel is going to be kept at 0. So basically it's going to be turning on and off the light switch really fast on the B channel, and that'll give us our pulse width modulation, so that'll dim the LEDs. So I've got here is a pretty standard light strip. Every 3 LEDs, it's got a little cut mark. I don't know if you can see that with the glare, so it has a little cut mark there and there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off a little section with my snippers, which are right here. Just cut them straight off. And so what you can see on this part that I just cut off, so it has little solder blobs there for you, but that only works if you're using the entire 3-meter strand all at once. So we're not going to do that. So what we did was we cut it down to about 1 meter a piece, or about 1 yard a piece. So this is one end, this is the other end, and it's got adhesive tape on the back so you could stick it into place. But what we're going to do is I'm going to prepare one live, real time I guess, for you here. And we're going to double check that this actually works out. So because it's a lot harder to do it in the middle of the string than on the end of the string. So first steps first, these little guys, you can see them, the positive and the minus terminals, they've got a little bit of plastic over them and they're not very shiny. So what we need to do is, what I use is a little knife to kind of rough those up a little bit, so that the solder will actually want to stick to it. So I'm just putting a few little scratches on there. There might be a better way to do this, but this is how I do it. So putting some little scratches on there. Let me show it to you. So now there's some scratches on there, and it's not quite as shiny, but that'll give the solder a little something to hang on to. Close this for safety. So now those are a little bit roughed up. I'm going to come in with a hot soldering iron and a little bit of solder. This is the stuff that I use. It's really great. You can buy it on Amazon. It's Mutter brand, but it's 010, a little bit of Ag and Cu. So what's that? Silver and copper, if you take chemistry. But aim to do is heat up a little solder and put a little solder on each pad. That way when I'm trying to attach a wire to it, it'll attach much easier. So put a little bit of solder on the tip, clean it off. I usually do this once or twice just to make sure that the tip is nice and clean. You should see nice silver bright solder on the tip. It should never look dull or like grayed out. Make a little blob and add solder onto it. So now we've got one down. It's just good practice to clean your tip pretty often. Put a little blob on. There it is, done. And if we're lucky, these should look pretty shiny. And there should be 2 little solder blobs there, and you can see them. It's kind of hard to see with this light, but you can see the 2 little solder blobs. So now I'm going to attach, let's see, where did that wire go? This little guy from earlier. One side to the positive side, one side to the minus side. And I'm just going to clean this off. I'm not going to actually add any solder, I'm just going to reflow the old stuff so it melts just like a glue gun, and then it'll remelt itself. So give it a little heat. goes all silvery, and then now it's all solid. So we reflow the other side, just with the hot iron. Away. Alright, so it looks pretty good. You can see the wire is actually in the middle of the solder. So it's looking pretty good. Let's plug it in and see if it works. And it works. How about that? It's always cool when a plan comes together. So, and then it's lit up through its entire stream. This is just at 100% duty cycle. If you need to dim it down a little bit, you can do that. It comes on right about, I'll say 7.5, 8 volts, and then gets brighter and brighter and brighter. So, and that's it. That's 12 volts right there. So, and then there's off. So it works. And that's how you create one of these little LED light strips, and then you can plug this into any of the HBridge modules and then turn it on with software over the internet.